A lovely morning to you and welcome to the Advent Cable Network Nigeria Television. This is Now Streaming, your live morning show where we address issues concerning us and our daily lives, rejoice with people breaking boundaries, and discuss topics that have the potential to change our lives. I'm your host, MOJISOLA, and this morning I have with me
Korede Akitunde. Good morning, and
Good
thank God
morning.
it's Friday.
Yeah, thank God.
It's been raining in Abuja early this morning, and so
Seriously. Jeff Cooper said, and I quote, "Safety is something that happens between your ears, not something you hold in your hands." In view of the recent rains and increase in accidents on our highways this season, we have with us today the Deputy Corps Commander, ADEWALE AMEEN, from the Federal Road Safety Commission, who is representing the Sector Commander, Federal Road Safety Commission, FCT. You're most welcome to the show this morning, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Thanks for coming at such short notice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So we're talking about safety on our highways in view of the rains, the floods and all that, and all the, you drive on, we were just discussing this morning, you drive on Airport Road, Kuba Express, when it's raining, and you find accidents that leave you scratching your head and asking, how did this person end up here? So can you first start by explaining who a road user is?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning once again.
Yes, sir.
Road users are those that make use of road, so to say, the word road.
Okay.
That is the layer on the ground. And it goes beyond just human being. Animals too make use of the road, as we all know. Yeah, they have the right of way. Apart from animals, we have the motorists, the tricyclists, the motorcyclists, and what have you. So virtually, so many people are making use of the road, and we just have to share it among ourselves in a better way. So be that as it may, we may from there move to the issue of what the road is, who are those making use of the road, and at the same time, what does it entail? Three things are involved, which I will maybe call tripod.
Okay.
The human being, the road itself, and the vehicle. The three of them have to interact for us to succeed on the road. And if you look at it, we are talking of human being, we are talking of the vehicle, we are talking of road. Who has the control over who? That's the big question.
Yes.
And if the chief controller is in charge, would there be any problem? So who is this chief controller? And the chief controller is the human being. Human being controls the road, controls the vehicle. Human being constructs the road.
Okay.
I've never seen it that way before.
So, you agree with me that human being manufactured vehicle.
Yes,
Vehicle does not manufacture human being.
absolutely.
Human being constructs roads. Road does not
Construct human being.
if we may use that word, construction. So it now means that for us to have adequate safety on our highway, these three things must come together and play a key role, which can necessarily be controlled by human being. When you are driving, we know that it is human being that drives. You have control over the vehicle. So it means if you control the vehicle very well, there may not be any problem. If you make use of the road that you as human being construct, there won't be any problem. And coming back to the real season where we are in now, which is the rainy season, like you already said. Driving during rainy season required 100% concentration. Even in all seasons, it requires 100% concentration.
So we can double
If
it.
one, you may not be able to double it because what we grow to know is
100%.
100% loyalty. So it means whatever you want to do as a driver, you must be very, very careful on the road when you are interacting with these two, that is vehicle and the road itself. And coming to rainy season, one may want to ask, what are the things you need to know?
Absolutely.
This is raining season, you know. We need to know that during rainy season, visibility is very, very poor.
True.
And the moment you cannot see, you are more or less like a blind man. And a blind man, sorry to say, can hit his head on the wall without even knowing.
True.
So when we are driving during rainy season, we need to know that visibility is always poor, and there's a need for us to take absolutely control of our speed.
Speed. So
Well,
is there like a standard speed limit for when visibility is reduced?
Yes, I will come to that.
Okay.
There's a term I will use for that.
Okay.
And when you talk of the speed limit during rainy season, it does not really apply like that the way it is written. What
Okay.
one is expected to do during rainy season is to use what we call common sense speed limit. Not really following what is written in the Nigerian highway code. If the law permits you that, okay, on this expressway you are supposed to pick like a 90 kilometers per hour, and it is raining heavily, we do not say because the book asks you to move at 90 kilometers per hour and you cannot see your front and you still move like that. It's not possible. You just have to make the speed that you yourself can control, and that is why it is called common sense speed limit. Then we need to know too that during rainy season, tires need to be taken care of. The traction is not always, that is, the interaction between tire and the ground is not always there when it is raining, which means, one, you need to reduce your speed so that in case of any emergency, you can match onto your brake and you get what you want. So the friction between tire and the ground is not always there when
it's raining.
When it is raining. And you made mention of Airport Road, Kubwa, and what have you.
Yeah, in Abuja.
Suddenly, when it is raining, you see a vehicle
in the gutter.
It has become a norm.
A daily thing.
Yes,
it has become a norm.
You see, with the little experience I have on Airport Road, I think what really come to play is the issue of tailgating. You may want to know what tailgating is. You don't need to ask me, I will explain.
Thank you.
Now, when you talk of tailgating, you are talking of what is popularly known as bumper to bumper. I'm sure you are familiar with that. At least it's a Nigerian language.
Yes.
Bumper to bumper. And you know, there are supposed to be a kind of distance to give a vehicle that is ahead of you in case of emergency, because you cannot see what the vehicle that is ahead of you is seeing.
Absolutely.
So it now means that all you require is to watch that vehicle ahead of you, and the only communication between you and the vehicle that is ahead of you is through the lighting system, the indicators that is popularly called trafficators, the rear light, the brake light. Those are the communication between you and the vehicle that is ahead of you. So if the man that is ahead of you matches his brake and you see those red lights, what do you don't need to ask why. Match on your own too, so that you will not get hit. So you discover that on these two expressways you just mentioned, one of the problems that we observe is the issue of tailgating. And as a result of that, you discover that 2 or 3 more vehicles are involved in the crash.
Yeah.
This one gives to this one gives to the other one, and at the end of the day, nobody goes to anywhere. So there's the need for us to reduce the distance between your own vehicle and another person's vehicle. Let's look at it this way again. We may wish to know that when you are driving your own vehicle, be conscious of the fact that you might likely be driving 5 vehicles at a go.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I am in my car.
Yes.
I am driving. I am moving straight. This is expressway. Like you rightly said, I'll still continue to mention the 2 expressways in Abuja. Here, that's expressway. That's Airport Road, to be precise. I am driving at the center lane, for example.
Yes.
It now means that as I am going, there's a need for me to monitor the vehicle that is ahead of me.
That's one. Yes.
The vehicle that is by my right, 2, by my left, 3, the one that is even behind me, and myself. So at a go, you are driving how many vehicles? 5. So it now means, and that is why we said driving requires 100% concentration. You must not lose that concentration. If not, you get yourself where you don't really like. Then, during rainy season, we need to know that all our lighting systems are supposed to be working. The headlamp, the brake lights, the indicators. Now, when you, like I said earlier, that the only communication you, as a driver, have with other vehicles is just through these lighting systems, especially from the rear. I've mentioned that before, that if perchance I am following a vehicle, the only thing I'm watching out for is not just the man himself. I don't have any business looking at who is driving there. All I'm after is the brake light, to be precise, the brake light and the indicator, which is popularly called trafficator, so that if the man gives me signal through his brake light, maybe I see the brake light on and I know that there's a danger ahead that I cannot see, but the man perhaps may have seen it. So what do? I slow down, I match my own to give the person that is behind me the opportunity to know that, look, it's like there's a problem ahead, so you to slow down. Now, another one we need to take note of is the indicator, that is the trafficator. It gives opportunity for the person that is following another one to know where the person is driving to. If I give you to the left, you now know that, yes, I'm turning to the left. If I'm giving you to the right, you know I'm turning to the right. I don't necessarily need to choke out my head and say, oh boy, I want to turn right. So it now means that this rear light must be working. And when you talk of the headlamp itself too, it gives you opportunity when the weather is not too clear. Even though, put the headlamp to, there are some vehicles that comes with what we call fog light.
Yes.
Fog light assists during foggy weather, which always accompany rain sometimes. So you now discover that if your vehicle have fog light, you make use of that fog light. It's just for you to see what is on ground. Don't use your headlamp fully, as in full headlamp.
Oh, really?
Dip it. When you dip it, you will see far. If you put it on full light, you will not see anything.
Okay, I'm hearing that for the first time.
That is just it. You can
I just felt
practicalize it.
the more light, the better.
Oh, not during foggy weather. You cannot see. You will not see anything until you dip that light or you return it to kind of parking light of a thing. So we need to know some of these things when rain is around the corner. And we may even want to ask ourselves, what are those things that could cause traffic crash during rainy season?
Yeah.
First and foremost, there is no time that accident cannot happen or crash cannot happen, whether rainy season or dry season of a thing. It can happen any time of the year, so to say. So we need to pick one thing first. How? That is, as in speed. Speed violation. There are approved speeds for various roads, expressway, highway, and the rest of them. So there's a need for us to control our speed. And we have said it earlier that the need for us to maintain what we call common sense speed limit when rain is falling.
I always feel like making
it. Especially at night. Honestly, visibility is very, very, very poor. You cannot just take the same speed you would take in the daytime when it is night. So we have talked of the issue of tailgating. I want to explain further on this issue of tailgating. The issue is, how do I know that I'm too close to a vehicle?
Yeah, because I wanted to ask, is there a meter?
Don't ask me. I will give you the answer. Now, let's look at it this way. Is it that we're going to we'll be carrying the tape rule in our vehicle to measure
where
even the movement of the vehicle will not allow you to measure adequately. Then what is the simplest way of getting to know that you are closer to a vehicle? The moment you cannot see the rear tires of a vehicle that is ahead of you, my brother, you are too close. Watch out for that. if you are driving on the same direction and you discover that you cannot see the two rear tires of the vehicle that is ahead of you, please slow down and be looking at the tires. It's either you slow down your speed or you allow the man to rev off and you maintain. That gives you what we call cocoon of safety. Cocoon of safety is the environment around you where in case of emergency you can just dodge yourself. So if you are not too close to a vehicle and the vehicle ahead of you matches brakes suddenly, instead of hitting him directly, you swipe up and escape. That is, you need to create what we call your own cocoon of safety.
But this bumper to bumper is the nature of Nigerians. I mean, if you even give that kind of space, you are certainly going to get one person
that would like try to cut in
that would
front
want
of
to come cutting from there.
I agree with you. That is Nigerian mentality.
Can there be a rule that guide against that?
Yes, especially this one is applicable maybe when you get to traffic light. Okay. Remember that some traffic light, before you get to some traffic light, not all to be precise, you see where the word stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that stop, or where there's pedestrian crossing, where they have this, So you will see somebody like me will just stop my vehicle behind that stop line. And between the stop line and where the traffic light is, it can possibly, with Nigerian mentality, take about 2 vehicles. So somebody that is not patient and does not know the importance of staying behind the bike will want to go ahead of you. I'm sure if any of my men sees that, it's a good catch. Because you have already beaten the traffic, and that is where grammar comes in.
Because
they said I beat the traffic light, the traffic was still in yellow or whatever. But what about that instruction that you have? It now means that you cannot even see the counting.
Yes.
So you must stay behind that line for you to monitor and watch what the traffic, the information the traffic light is giving you. So the moment you step outside that stop line, honestly, you have already violated traffic law.
Your free game.
So sometimes you see people trying to argue blindly. You don't know it all. I cannot know better than you in your profession. So if I have the opportunity to explain to you that what you have done is wrong, listen to me because of another time.
So now, and that brings me to a question, because you said something now that I think, for me, I don't know. I'm just thinking, you say it's a good catch.
Well,
why is it? Why is it that?
Just to garnish.
Yes. Why is it that? Why is it that road safety is after catching people to extort money from them and not to correct? Because I think the thing is road safety, and I think if we remove that road safety, because if somebody has the money, you catch him today, he pays 5,000, and he has the money.
Officially
tomorrow,
and
tomorrow again, you catch him, he pays his 5,000, and we are not correcting. Is there anything that, because okay, for instance, you catch someone who his fire extinguisher is expired. I was thinking maybe instead of dragging the person also, there should be designated point where the person goes to buy a fire extinguisher and also pays the penalty fee.
Yes, I get you right, but there's something I'm not too comfortable with. The idea of maybe you said road safety catch and collect money and things like that.
Yes.
Let me let you know that we have procedures.
Okay.
If a vehicle is arrested, you are issued a ticket. And with that ticket, you go and pay your fines. If it requires that we impound your vehicle as a result of not having your driver's license or valid vehicle documents with you, we have no choice than to keep your vehicle in our office pending the time you pay that fines. So we don't collect that cash on the road. Every ticket is being paid through TSA, which is the thing with the present government. So the issue of road safety is always after catching so that they can collect money. So the issue of collection of money, please, is not.
So that's actually why we want to educate our viewers.
Yes, and also I think it's just for us to educate the viewers so that when they get men, because you know, in every organization there are the bad eggs.
Of course.
Because we are talking of, if it is in Abuja, you know that maybe they might not be doing that. But for those who travel on the road, they know what they face with your people.
Yes, I agree with you to some extent that there is no way there can be some bad eggs. But I can assure you, if any, we have our surveillance activities. We have surveillance from national headquarters that goes around. We have surveillance team from the zonal office, the state office, that is like the FCT we have. Okay. And aside that, at the national level, the Corps Marshal himself is in partnership with sister agencies to drop down this idea of corruption on the highway. FRS partners with the DSS, ICPC, to ensure that any of our men that are caught extorting money are arrested. And there's this application, Flag IT. You can report any corruption cases through that platform.
Please, let's know. We need to know.
It's called Flag IT.
Flag as in F-L-A-G.
Okay.
Okay, Flag IT.
Google later, not now.
Yeah, of course.
You can just, from there, you can report any corrupt officials.
Yeah, because
the Marshal will be happy.
Because some of these people, when you are in the thick of inter-roads, they already even have POS. Well, I'm just telling you. Yes.
No. Okay, yeah. Let me come to that.
Okay.
What you are seeing with them is called e-tablet and not POS.
Oh.
That is online booking.
No.
Everybody is discussing. Yeah, it looks like POS.
Okay.
It is not.
But some of them accept ATM.
No.
Okay.
All our e-tablets, in fact, it looks like POS, but they are not.
All right.
Wow.
We only use them to print our tickets so that we can have a sound, a good database. So they are not, we're trying to discuss what it is a society where everybody is going
Okay,
so when you see things like that, please, members of the public should know that that is not POS they are holding, rather our e-tablet device.
Okay, sir. So back to
safety during rainy season. We need to know that aside the fact that we do what we call morning parade, a morning parade on a vehicle is just, I want to describe it like a uniform personnel that wakes up in the morning and he decides to do left, right, attention and all those things. It's just to ginger yourself for you to be fit for the work of that, for the day's work. The same thing goes to the vehicle. In the morning, we are not just expected to kick our car and go out. We should create that time. I know some of us don't have that time because you know you'll be in the studio by 5 o'clock, so you don't really have the time to check, but it is highly important. There's a need for you to check your engine oil, the engine oil level, whether it is okay, the water in the radiator, the fan belt, and all those necessary things that could even stop you from getting to the studio on time. So we call all those things morning parade. When time permits, we'll go into that in full. So in the morning, there's a need for you to do that morning parade we talked of. And one of the things that is required during rainy season, you and I know that wiper is very, very important.
Yes.
Some of us, we don't really take note of our wipers because dust, that during the dry season covers it, and when rain season comes, you wipe and you cannot see well. The wiper is there, but it's not functioning well. So there's the need for us to know that this particular period, we need to have a very good wiper. Check for the blade. If the blade is not good, remove it. How much does it go for? Maybe the 300-500, as the case may be. And you know the cost of your vehicle. So please, the wiper is highly important so that when rain is falling, it wipes for you and you can see clearly. Now, aside from the wiper, we have talked of the lighting systems that at least some people are used to. Maybe when they cannot move as expected because of the heavy rain, they put on what we call hazard light. That is double trafficator of a thing. It assists too. It's the kind of indirect way of see and be seen. Oh, I am ahead of you. There's something ahead of. So it's like you are communicating. Me, I cannot move the way I am supposed to, but look at me here. I hope you can see me. I think That is one of the importance of that
The
hazard light
Hazard
of a
lights.
thing. You put on hazard light when you know that the vehicle cannot move as expected. So that is a way of just alerting people. Then there's one thing that I noticed on the so-called airport road of a thing.
Yes.
Distractive driving.
Okay.
From the word distraction. And so many things can distract a driver. Instead of concentrating, you start looking at the left, right, center, and looking at the so-called Coca-Cola by the roadside. I will not mention that. Look a bit and return your eyes back to the road. So concentrate. Distractive driving can easily lead to a crash. By the time you want to turn your eyes back, back to the road, you are already on the vehicle. Or some people are fond of placing their phone where the thing can easily fall down. You pick, the phone drops and you want to pick. My brother, what do you think will happen if you are close to a vehicle? Before you raise your head, you are already there. So let us avoid distracted driving. Let's have 100% concentration. Then some of the windscreen, some have cracked windscreen. And when your windscreen is cracked, the wiper will not be able to work well with it. It gives you a different view ahead of you. So let's ensure that our windscreen is clean, clear. And if I may even say something too, when it is raining, certain things assist us in our vehicle. Though some vehicle may not have it because it is faulty. There's this heater in the vehicle.
Yes.
You won't be able to wind down when it is raining.
Yes.
And the moment the glasses are up and nothing is done, you won't be able to see again because of
fogging inside the car.
Through the windscreen. But if your vehicle heater is working, you heat up a bit. Or if you are the type that don't like heat, you can put on your AC.
Okay.
It assists the windscreen to get clear and clearer. So these are little things that I feel we need to put in place as the rain goes by. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a question from one of our viewers, and they want to know about the pedestrian crossing. At what point should pedestrians cross the road?
Pedestrian crossing are constructed in a built-up area where people, where there are supposed to be interaction between vehicle and a human being, and it is. Let's say zebra crossing.
Zebra crossing.
Because we have pedestrian
bridges,
we have
yes,
zebra crossing. When you talk of zebra crossing, you are talking of that particular point on the road where pedestrians have the right to move, to cross the road. They are designated here and there. But honestly, we are not doing it the best way we can do it in Nigeria. We are not making use of it. You and I know, like I said earlier, if I see, as a professional, if I see a pedestrian who wants to cross the road, if there is a zebra crossing, I will stop. But you and I know that somebody somewhere will look at me as
even abuse you.
And so is there like a penalty for that?
There is.
Okay.
And then, okay, so even talking about me as a driver, it's happened to me before where I stopped at the pedestrian for some children to cross. And the man coming from behind me was trying to overtake on my left. Is there any way I can stop him from doing that while these people cross?
There are certain things you can do. Not just the vehicle alone. Even the people who say the fear of the Okada riders is the beginning of wisdom. Sometimes you stop for school children to cross and an Okada man comes from the other side. One, you can do something like this. If you want to slow down for pedestrians to cross the road, possibly you put on this hazard light of a thing. But it all depends if the person understands why you put it on. And that is why we are saying it that when you see double trafficator, it means hazard. And you need to watch well. Why is this man putting on his hazard light? So you slow down to see what is happening. That is one aspect for you to alert the traffic behind you. You can equally make use of your hand, whether right or left. If you have a passenger in front, you can just ask the passenger to start. You know, we understand hand signal more than the other side. So you yourself can use your left and right to start slowing down. I'm sure they understand that one better even than the hazard light. You know, so you can just when you use your hand to slow down. Possibly if you have somebody here by your side, ask that one to slow. With that, honestly, I know people understand that signal better than the whatever. So
then we have another question. Yeah. We have another question, and the person wants to know: do you stop when the light is amber?
Yes. Let me explain better, because this is a place where so many people don't understand. We have just 3 of them. We have the green, which all of us know says what? Go. Go. Yeah. We have the red, which says stop. And we have their brother at the center, which is the amber, where people get confused. Yes. You see, if the traffic light is with me now and possibly on red, it means I have stopped. Yes. When the other vehicles ahead that were moving, they have green. From green, it turns to amber. Amber says, I'm about to change to red. Some of us, I will say us, Nigerian, because I am one, we really want to fast and move. Yeah. And fortunately, sometimes or unfortunately, by the time you get to the other end, the light has already given green to another side and you meet at the center. So I want to sincerely advise that when the light turns to amber, honestly, if you know you cannot make it, there's no point in being in a hurry. Because as it's giving you amber, it's equally giving the people that will get green amber. Get ready to go, get ready to stop. So you know what that means. So if it's telling you get ready to go, that does not mean you should move. Let it turn to red.
Then there are some places where you have a bypass.
Lay-by or
Lay-by, where the amber light is constantly there.
Yeah.
So let me take, for example, at Wuse Market. Yeah. You know, there is this, if you are approaching from Mabuchi, there is this amber light that is just there. And it confused people to say, am I allowed to go or to stop?
Now, in a situation like that, when you say amber light keeps coming, it means that traffic light is faulty. Coming without changing, you know. So at that instance, you need to be extraordinarily careful. Because it now means that nothing is controlling or directing the traffic. So you need to use your own wisdom to get away from that problem.
I like the word you used earlier, common sense.
Common sense speed.
Unfortunately, I wish we could continue this conversation, but we have run out of time. Thank you so very much. I'm a lot smarter now about driving than I was 30 minutes ago. Thanks to you, sir.
And I think this should be a regular thing once in a while.
Once in a while, let's remind ourselves of these things. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
It's my pleasure.
My co-host. Yeah. It's been another good Friday.
And next week is a new month.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
our viewers, we cannot do this without you. Thanks for allowing us into your space this morning. Have a restful weekend, and we look forward to having you back with us on Monday in a new month. Enjoy the rest of your day.